Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and this is the ultimate capture card review video. I always get people that ask me which capture card I use or what is the best capture card, and that really depends on which system you play on and also what kind of computer you have. And so I'm just going to briefly go over each of the different capture cards that I've used and just tell you what I think their good qualities are and what they're best used for, so it can help you make a decision on which capture card to buy if you're looking to buy one. So to start off with, I have the box for the Avermedia Broadcaster HD, and this is actually the first Avermedia card that I had and the first capture card I've ever had. Which this is just the Avermedia, I think it's Live HD, which it just does 720p video. It's still a good capture card, and it's what I used the longest. It's what I started my YouTube channel with, and it does a really good job. And the upgraded version of the Live HD is the Game Broadcaster HD, and this ups it up to 1080p video, and also added a VGA port on there where you can capture computer gameplay. And it doesn't do any on-board compression. It just has, like, I think it does MPEG-2 capturing, but it doesn't condense the file into like an MPEG-4 video, which will give you smaller file sizes. And if you have limited hard drive space, then a card that will do some compression for you more than just MPEG-2 is a good choice. And I think it does another format as well, but I don't remember what it was. I usually just capture an MPEG-2 because it gives me the best quality. And it also supports streaming. So I currently use the Broadcaster HD for all my live streaming. And it does capturing as well, but you can't capture gameplay at the same time that you're live streaming. So I use a mix of solutions here to help me accomplish that. And one of the other ones that I tried was the Hauppauge Colossus. And sorry, that's cats getting fed. But the Hauppauge Colossus, this is just a PC card, which is pretty much the same thing as a Hauppauge HD PVR, except it supports HDMI. So HDMI, I think, is the better solution if you play on Xbox, which is what I play on, because it keeps the signal all digital and you don't have to go from a digital signal to an analog signal and then capture the gameplay, which will give you slightly less in terms of quality. But the Hauppauge, I didn't really care for the software that it used, and it captures in 720, and it does do some compression. I think it compresses into the H.264 format, but the quality out of the Hauppauge I thought was not the best compared to all these other solutions. And then the next one is the Avermedia Live Gamer HD, and this one does do onboard compression, and it'll compress it into the MPEG-4 format. And it is a good capture card, and they actually revamped their software for this, so they have a whole new software suite. And I think this is probably the best solution for PC gamers, because one of the biggest appeals of this capture card is that it can capture your gameplay and do all the video compression on the card itself, which will give you better FPS in your game while you're playing it. So that's one of the biggest drawbacks of, say, like the Broadcaster HD, is it uses your computer to do all the processing to compress the files, and it doesn't do it on board. And that can give you some lag or dropped frame rate and stuff like that if you're playing PC games. But I don't have that issue at all because I play primarily on Xbox, so the Broadcaster HD is good enough for me. And the quality for this is on par with the Broadcaster HD. It does do 1080p, so you can do 1080p streaming on Twitch, and it has streaming built right into the software. And this is a cool little addition. It's a little button for when you want to start recording. Just have it sitting on your desk and hit the button and it'll start recording your gameplay. So the Broadcast or Live Gamer HD, I say, is the best one for PC gamers, but it's not the one that I use just because I'm not a PC gamer. And the Broadcaster HD, I think, it even is cheaper than the Live HD, and it will also capture like iPad games. You can get an adapter so that you can capture iPad games with it. So that was another cool little twist of a feature that I liked about the Broadcaster HD. And then we have the Elgato Game Capture HD, and this is the newest capture card that I've used, and I think it's a really cool product. And I'll tell you my favorite features about it. Well, one is it's really small. You could use it with a laptop or your PC, and it'll also work on Mac. So I don't think that any of these other ones, you might be able to like hack away into getting it to work on Mac. I don't think that the Hauppauge, the Hauppauge, none of these other ones support Mac, but the Elgato Game Capture HD does support Mac and PC, and it basically says that you just need an Intel Core 2 Duo CPU or better, 2.0 gigahertz with 4 gigabits of RAM and built-in USB 2.0 support. And this, what is really cool about the Elgato is you don't have to record like all your gameplay. And let me explain how that, like with the Broadcaster HD, when I used it to record, I just usually just start recording and then I'll play a session for 2-3 hours, sometimes longer, and then I end up with this huge file at the end that, you know, I have to go back through and use all my computer's processing time and extra storage on my computer to go through and try to pick out the games that I wanted to make a video out of for like a commentary or something. But the Game Capture HD, you turn the software on and it buffers the video like in the memory, and it uses your computer storage to do that, but it doesn't save any files until you tell it to. So it'll be buffering, and then say I have a good game, there's a little dial that you can scroll back and you can see your last game, and you go back to the beginning of your last game, hit the button, and it will save just that game for you on your hard drive. So that is really nice feature that you don't have to record 24/7 to make a gameplay or to capture your gameplay, and you can just pick out which games you want. And right now it supports 720p, but there is an update coming out very soon. They told me like in the next week or two that it'll support 1080p as well. And with the Avermedia, I have a splitter, like an HDMI splitter that I had to get to be able to play my game and to record at the same time. And so I'll put a link in the description of that splitter, because if you're going to use one of these solutions, you should really get that splitter. It's like 20 bucks or something on Amazon. So out of my Xbox, I have the HDMI cable coming out, going into a splitter, and then out of the splitter, one goes to my monitor, and then one goes to the Game Broadcaster HD. And one thing that is nice about this Game Capture HD by Elgato is there's a pass-through of HDMI, so you just have to go out of your Xbox into this, and then out of this to your monitor. And there's no lag. I noticed no lag whatsoever. And when I would use, let me see, there's really no pass-through on that one. But I've tried to do pass-through with some of these other solutions, and there's definitely like a second or two of lag, so you can't play the game while you're trying to record your gameplay. But with the Elgato, there's no lag at all. And the only thing that you have to have is just HDMI going in, HDMI going out, and then a USB cable going to your computer. And this will work with a laptop and a desktop, Mac laptops. So there's a wide range of support for this device. And that's probably, I think this will work for more people, because you know, all the different OSs, and a lot of people just have laptops and want to capture gameplay, and with all these you have to be able to install these cards into a PC, and you usually have to have pretty good PCs for most of these cards, and with the Elgato game capture, you can use a lower end PC and only 4 gigabytes of RAM and a 2.0 gigahertz processor, Core 2 Duo, and that's a pretty old processor. So if you have any of the i7 processors or anything, that is going to work like a dream. And it'll do HDMI capture with the Xbox 360, and there's also an adapter because you can't record HDMI with PS3 because they do encryption on their HDMI signal so that it doesn't come up. But there is an adapter so that you can go out and use like component cables to capture in HD. So that is pretty much the capture cards that I've used, and to break it down, I think that the Game Capture HD, if you just want to capture gameplay, and this doesn't natively support live streaming, but you can get it to work with like XSplit, but you'd have to like capture your screen. So that's not the best solution for streaming, but for just capturing gameplay, I think that the Game Capture HD is probably going to work for the most people, no matter what PC or OS that you use. So I would highly recommend this one. And the Live Gamer HD, I say, is the best HD capturing device for PC gameplay, and it also supports streaming natively in the software. So that's probably the best solution if you play on PC. I don't think that I could recommend the Hauppauge because it was good a couple of years ago, but I think that these solutions are much better than what Hauppauge has to offer. And for streaming, for me on Xbox, my personal preference is the Game Broadcaster HD by Avermedia. And I'm actually using both of these solutions, so I can be streaming with the Game Broadcaster HD and using that to stream, and then also capturing my gameplay with the Elgato. So I use both of these simultaneously so that I can stream in HD and capture in HD at the same time. And I think that is the best combination. If you play on Xbox and you want to stream and you want to capture gameplay, this is the best solution. And how I have it set up, I have an HDMI cable coming out of my Xbox into a splitter, and one of those goes out from the splitter into the Game Capture HD. The other one goes out from the other side of the splitter into the Game Capture HD here. I'm getting Game Capture HD, Game Broadcaster HD. So the other one goes into this, and then out of this into my monitor. And that's how it goes. So I definitely have more capture cards than I need because the only ones that I'm really going to be using now is the Avermedia Game Broadcaster HD and the Elgato Game Capture HD. So these other ones I'm willing to sell at rock bottom prices, so I'm going to list them on eBay. So if you're interested in any of these, I'll put links in the description to all of these on eBay, as well as links to all these on Amazon. And I don't get paid by any of these people to do reviews, but if you click on the Amazon link to buy one of these products, I do get a referral link from Amazon. So if you're going to buy one of these, then if you click on the link in the description to the Amazon link from me, it'll help me out. And also, I talked to Elgato, and they're willing to do a giveaway on one of these Game Capture HDs. So I will, let me see, I think to be eligible to win the gameplay, I will post a tweet on my Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, and you'll see my tweet that says, win a Game Capture HD, follow Elgato Gaming, and retweet to be eligible to win. So I'll have a tweet, retweet that, make sure you're following Elgato Gaming, and they'll pick one of the people that retweet my tweet and that are following them, and they'll give one away. And I'll also have links to all this stuff in the description if you want to go check them out yourself, and you can also ask me questions in the comments if you have any questions. And that's pretty much it. I never did use the the Hauppauge HD PVR. That is probably one of the most popular game capture devices for YouTube. And I never used one of those because I wanted to use an HDMI capture source, and it doesn't support HDMI capturing, which is one of the reasons why I tried out the Colossus, because it finally did support it. But Hauppauge, I think, has lost its edge in the market, and Avermedia and Elgato, I think, have taken the edge as far as game capture devices. Another one that I have used is the Blackmagic Intensity Pro, but that one, it produces really large files on your hard drive, and I don't know, I didn't really like the software that much. I think the software solutions from Avermedia and Elgato, especially Elgato for game capturing, I think is the winner in this section. And for streaming, I can't really tell the difference in quality between the Blackmagic Intensity Pro and like the Game Broadcaster HD or Live Gamer HD, and these are both cheaper solutions than the Blackmagic Intensity Pro. So I don't think that the extra money for the Blackmagic is justified, since these are both very good solutions. So I think that pretty much covers it, and that's all I have for now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and give me a rating if you enjoyed it, and ask me anything you'd like in the comments. And I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.